Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest tech and gadgets. Today, we're diving into a whole bunch of reports and articles and trying to figure out, which ones are really making waves.
Yeah. We'll help you navigate the tech wave, picking out the currents that actually matter and dodging the ones that are just making a splash.
I love that analogy. All right, let's kick things off with Apple. All these rumors about a massive foldable iPad are really making waves, right? We're talking 18.8 inches, basically two iPad Pros side by side.
Whoa, that's a bold move. Technically, creating a seamless foldable screen at that size is a huge hurdle. The fact that they're even prototyping it, though, suggests they're serious about changing up the mobile computing landscape.
Yeah, it's definitely got my attention. Think about it. iPadOS running full macOS apps on a screen that big, your iPad suddenly becomes this productivity powerhouse.
Yeah.
Could this be a hint at, where Apple's taking the rumored foldable iPhone 2? Are we looking at the future of mobile workspaces?
It's definitely possible. Foldables could really blur the lines between phones, tablets, and laptops. The big question is, can Apple make that software experience as seamless as the hardware?
Yeah.
Imagine, going from a pocket-sized phone to a full workstation all in one device. That's the real challenge.
Absolutely. Speaking of pushing boundaries, the AI world is seeing some, unusual inspiration. We've got some fascinating data from Anthropic's analysis of real conversations people had with their AI, Claude.
This data is interesting because it gives us a look into how people are actually using AI, beyond the hype. What we're seeing is that while adoption is still pretty low, only 6% of U.S. companies, the impact on productivity is huge.
Yeah.
Where it is being used, we see boosts between 23 and 30%.
And the range of uses is wild. We see the usual web and mobile app development, writing, and research, but then there's things like dream interpretation and even D&D game mastering. Who knew AI could be your dungeon master?
Right. It really shows how versatile these tools are. What's really interesting to me is how many developers are among the AI users.
Oh, interesting.
Developers are often the first people to use new technologies, so this heavy usage could mean that AI's on the edge of much wider use as it gets better.
That's a great point. Now, for something totally different, a company called Liquid AI just got a massive $250 million investment for their Liquid Foundation models. What makes this even more interesting is what inspired them. Worm brains.
It sounds like sci-fi, right? But there's some really cool logic behind it. Worm brains are incredibly efficient at processing information, and Liquid AI is trying to copy that in their models. Imagine ditching all those complex networks of artificial neurons for a more fluid system, kind of like how signals move through a worm's nervous system.
So instead of building an AI brain, they're learning from a worm's nervous system. That's amazing. Can you explain a little more how mimicking a worm brain actually leads to faster, more efficient AI?
Think of it like this. Traditional AI models are like huge cities with all these complex roads. Worm brain-inspired models are more like super fast trains. They get rid of all the unnecessary stuff and focus on moving signals efficiently. This could mean AI that processes information way faster and uses less energy, like how a worm reacts quickly without needing a big brain. It's really cool how nature can inspire some of our most advanced tech. Who would have thought a worm could hold the key to better AI?
Right. Sometimes the best ideas come from the most unexpected places. Speaking of unexpected moves, we got to talk about Meta. They've been in the news a lot lately, not always for good reason.
Yeah, they've been in some interesting legal battles. Specifically, they're trying to stop OpenAI from becoming a for-profit company. They even want the California Attorney General to get involved.
It might seem like just another tech giant fight, but there's actually a much bigger issue here. Meta's argument is about the role of nonprofits in developing powerful technologies, like AI.
Exactly. Meta's saying that OpenAI got a lot of benefits from being a nonprofit early on. They got top people and resources without the pressure of making money right away. Now that they're about to be a big player in the AI market, they want to change the rules.
It's like they used one set of rules to get ahead, and now they want to switch teams. Meta's worried this could set a bad example for other startups. What's to stop them from taking advantage of being a nonprofit until they're ready to make a ton of money?
It's a complicated situation with good points on both sides. Nonprofits are really important for encouraging innovation, especially in areas like AI where you need a lot of money up front, and the benefits, although huge, are way down the line.
But what if companies can just switch to making profits once they've hit it big? It could discourage people from investing in organizations that are truly mission-driven. What if investors start thinking they'll just be used as a stepping stone to big profits?
That's the main problem. Finding the right balance is key. This case could have a big impact on how AI is developed in the future, not just for OpenAI, but for everyone.
It's definitely a story to keep an eye on. And speaking of OpenAI, there's another story going around that we need to talk about, even though the details are still pretty unclear. There are reports that an OpenAI employee, a guy named Suchira Balaji, who had been worried about possible copyright problems with ChatGPT's training data, was found dead in his apartment in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's a disturbing story, and of course, people are connecting the dots. But, it's important to remember that there's no official confirmation linking his death to his work at OpenAI. We need to be careful with information from unofficial sources.
Totally agree. We need to wait for more information before jumping to conclusions. Still, it brings up some serious questions about the possible dangers of developing AI, especially when you're dealing with huge amounts of data and complex algorithms.
It highlights the need for transparency and ethical considerations in AI development. As AI systems get more powerful and integrated into our lives, we need to make sure they're being developed and used responsibly.
Definitely. Okay, so we've talked about a lot, from huge foldable iPads to worm-inspired AI and even some tech drama with Meta and OpenAI. What are your thoughts on where the tech industry is headed? Are we on the right track to a great future powered by innovation, or are there some things we need to watch out for?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it's a bit of both, really. We're seeing incredible progress in AI, biotechnology, sustainable energy technologies that have the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest problems. But these advances could also have some negative consequences.
Exactly. We can't ignore the possibility of job losses, algorithmic bias, and even the loss of privacy. These are real concerns that we need to address proactively.
It all comes down to responsible development and thinking about the ethical implications. Technology is a powerful tool, and just like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to all of us to make sure we're using these powerful tools wisely and ethically to shape a future that works for everyone.
Well said. And while we're talking about exciting advances, let's switch gears to something a bit more visual, the world of AI image generation. Remember those early AI-generated images? Interesting, but let's be honest, kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, they definitely had a certain abstract charm to them, haha. But the tech has gotten so much better since then. We're seeing photorealistic images that are almost impossible to tell apart from real photos now.
It's amazing how fast things have changed. And it's not just about making lifelike images anymore. Platforms like Midjourney's Patchwork are taking it to a whole new level. It lets people create entire fictional worlds on this never-ending canvas, all powered by AI.
Yeah, what I find most interesting about Patchwork is how collaborative it is. Multiple users can work together to build worlds, adding characters, places, stories, all using text and images. It's like collaborative storytelling on steroids.
Totally. It's like we're weaving a collective dream with the help of AI. Think about the possibilities for education and entertainment. Kids could work together on interactive stories. Architects could see their designs in real time. It's mind-blowing.
And it's not just limited to still images anymore. X, formerly Twitter, has jumped in with their Grok 2 platform. They have a photorealistic AI image generator now called Aurora.
Oh yeah, I saw some of the images Aurora made, and they were unbelievable. It seems like every platform is getting into AI image generation these days.
It's everywhere now, and the uses go way beyond entertainment. For example, some researchers at the University of Texas in Austin have found a way to use AI to turn sound recordings into accurate street view images.
Wait, what? AI can see sound? How is that even possible?
Pretty cool, right? The AI analyzes the audio data and figures out the shape and layout of the environment. Then it creates images that match what you'd see in the real world. It's like giving AI a new sense, a way to understand the world through sound.
That's incredible. I can see this being used in so many fields, from virtual tourism to figuring out what happened at crime scenes. The possibilities really are endless.
It really is a fascinating frontier, and just imagine how these things will get even better as AI image generation keeps getting more advanced. We're really just getting started with what's possible.
It's definitely something we're watching closely.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I feel like we've gone from the practical stuff to almost philosophical questions. We talked about these huge foldable devices, AI inspired by worms, and even the ethical questions around all this new tech.
It's a lot to think about, that's for sure, but that's how technology is, right? It's always pushing boundaries and making us question what we thought was possible.
Totally. So if there's one thing you want our listeners to take away from this episode, what would it be?
I think the most important thing to remember is that technology can be good or bad. It has the potential to open up amazing opportunities and solve big problems, but it also comes with risks, and we need to be responsible.
It's up to all of us to use these powerful tools in a way that benefits everyone.
Right,
Right?
exactly. We
Yeah.
need to stay informed and have conversations about these advancements. That's what makes discussions like this so important.
Exactly, and that's what Bite-Sized Tech is all about, helping you understand the world of technology, filtering out the noise, and giving you the knowledge to make good decisions.
So you can embrace the future with confidence and a bit of curiosity.
Perfectly said. Thanks for tuning in to Bite-Sized Tech. If you like the episode, hit that like button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more fun tech talks. Until next time. Stay curious and keep exploring this awesome world of technology.